Hi guys, I'm Zal from The Upcoming.
Hi.
It's really lovely to speak to you both. Congratulations on
Thank you
this
so
film,
much.
Greatest Days. I mean, it's beautiful and really emotional too. So perhaps I could start with you. I think viewers probably know you most for kind of comedy and standout roles. What was it about this particular script, this project, that drew you in, and obviously about the character of Rachel too?
I think, and I was saying this earlier on, so excuse me for repeating myself, but I think that the story is a love letter to a normal woman going through something, and I think why not celebrate how most people are living their lives and struggling in a way with a big flashy musical. Rachel is an NHS worker. She loves her job, is passionate about what she does, and yet something internal is missing because of something that happened that she hasn't totally dealt with. And that's what the reunion of the boy band and even there's a documentary that I think you've seen as well that goes alongside this. It's so focused on the fans and how much Take That music meant to the fans when they were kids and when they were going through stuff and how the music got them through. And when we see Lara's version of the character, she's using them as a fantasy to kind of take her out of what she's been going through. And so for me, I like the idea that that was someone's coping mechanism with their lovely life that they're living, but something internal is happening, and I think that type of person should be celebrated with a big old movie.
Great. No, obviously, as she said, you played that younger version of
I do.
Rachel. And obviously you sort of deal with the backdrop of family trauma, really, and escape a little bit with the musical side of it. So what was that like to play her and also to work with this younger kind of cast, bringing that musical side, you know, there's musical numbers?
It was, oh my goodness, it was so much fun. We just really had so much fun because the songs are incredible. So, I mean, we got to completely bask in them and bring them to life, which was amazing. But yeah, I think with what Aisling was saying, I think it is such a beautiful story because like that in the documentary that with Take That talk about the fans, I mean, you hear some of the stories about what this music got them through, and it's not even just Take That. I think it's what music does for everyone as a whole, and I think that's really what the story says. Is I don't think we realize how much we rely on music to get through things, and Rachel does take it to a whole nother level in this beautiful, like, magical fantasy where she really conjures this boy band to life to be around her as her guardian angels, almost as her protectors. And so getting to play that and like really bask in the fantasy of it was such an incredible experience. Like, I found it completely magical.
I also think, and Lara's a little bit older than the character, but and not to be patronising about young people, but at that stage when you're 14, 15, 16, you are trying to wonder what's happening in your feelings, never mind if you've something going on at home.
Yeah.
And music can give so much form to your thoughts and understanding to what you're going through. And that's what we see Lara's Rachel going through at the start. This music is helping her make sense
Of what's going on.
of what's happening
Yeah.
inside. And it still does all the years later when we meet Rachel later. She's still using music to get her up and to get her through the days.
Yeah.
I think that element of fandom is just so strong and sort of the nostalgia that runs through it. What was it like to kind of work with Take That? I know they had a little part in it.
I mean, that little part is the only work we've done.
Okay.
So it was just for those sweet 20 minutes. But I'm sure that they were the best 20 minutes that Take That I've ever had.
Oh God, of
getting
course.
to work with us on the train.
I mean,
You should ask them what it was like to work
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's supposed to be us.
Obviously, this film works with these two coinciding timelines. You've got teenage Rachel and then adult one with the connection of the fictitious band, the boys. How did you kind of work together? Because it's kind of very seamless. I mean, you look very similar in the film.
Sisters.
Just like sisters. No. Well, I think a lot of it was the casting. I'd seen Lara in the film Belfast, and I remember, and this was well before we'd started the search for Baby Me, as it were, and I was actually working on the script as when I was in LA, and Jamie and Katrina Balfe were doing their press for Belfast. And I got a screener of it, and I saw this super whiz kid go around doing all of her comedy timing. I was like, oh God, she's amazing. And look at her being this little shoplifter in Belfast. And I was like, who's that? She's amazing. And couldn't believe that you weren't actually 12 because now she's super young with her pigtails.
Yeah.
And when we were looking for someone, I was like, my mother said, oh, the girl from Belfast could play young you. And I was like, Mammy, she's clearly too busy. She won't be available. and I'd ask Katrina, and Katrina is absolutely in love with Lara as well. And so when I heard Lara was auditioning, I was like, that's it. So my mother had technically been right.
And I'm
for
very
musical.
thankful to her.
Yes, my mother is the
She was the
unofficial,
sole reason, yeah.
not listed casting director on Gracious Days. She looks like just like my little baby, Ashley. Oh.
And obviously there's this standout kind of scene at the end when you come together and we
Yeah.
see you work together. What was that like, and was it for you a standout moment in the film?
That was lovely, wasn't
Oh,
it?
100%. Because of, obviously we don't get to have many scenes together in the film, and we became really close over the film and everything. So I think to get those moments together, they're some of my favourite moments, because I just like,
Yeah.
especially in that end scene where I get to just like hug you, and it was very nice to
And
me.
also on the bus scene, like when the scene that Take That have their cameo in is a moving train. It was 4 a.m. in Greece and it was going back and forth and we had to get, so it was like a high stress situation. When we were doing that bus scene, we were just on a Greek bus going
doing
round and
laps.
round and round, and so we're just sort of hanging out in a bus because you could only, you had a lot of downtime in between when they went back to the route they'd have to start on. So that was a nice day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I know, obviously, this isn't just a musical, but it does have sort of remnants of Mamma Mia. Are you
Yeah.
fans of musicals yourself, and particularly Mamma Mia, I suppose?
You were a music. I mean,
Oh,
she was in
100%.
Matilda in the West End, honey.
I'm glad.
Please. So she's done the big musicals.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think I'm like a diehard musical kid. I'm a theatre kid.
Yeah.
Proud theatre kid. But so
I think
going
I'm a
into
bit more of
this-
a pop fan than musicals. So I think
It's
pop.
perfect culmination
Yeah,
for you,
exactly,
definitely.
exactly.
But yeah, oh no, yeah, I'm very excited. I'm so excited getting to talk about it. Even
I know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
real. It's
Yeah,
happening.
no, I know.
Well, thank you guys both for speaking to me. It's a fantastic film. I absolutely loved it.
Oh,
I cried
thank you
and
so
everything.
much.
Loved it. I know.
That's what we like. We're doing our job well. Yeah,
Yeah, you are.
We're doing something
Direct
right.
those emotions out for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much
thank you
again.
so much.
Thank you. Good luck with it all.
Oh, thank you so
Bye.
much
Thank
for
you
this.
so
Thank
much.
you.